This tutorial is by Cooper Collier, lead programmer with WatersWebWorks.com. Please visit our TeamDesk expert listing if you need assistance or have any questions, and we'll be happy to help.
We're going to cover the file attachment column. If we were to look at the new one, the file attachment is right here. Okay, I've already made one because I want to talk about it. The file attachment is one of the most powerful columns that you can use, and it is the one that's got the most peril. As in, if you do it wrong, you're going to have a lot of problems going down the road. I'm going to edit this one because I've made it the wrong way on purpose. So when we get down here into the options for the attachment, one of the things is revisions. Now, the attachment allows you to attach files, and you have 3 different types of files, which we'll go over in a second. But ideally, this revisions is so you can keep multiple versions of the same file. Let's say you're working on a novel, and today you save it, and then tomorrow you save an edit, and then you send it to the publisher, and then there's an edit, so you have revision 1, revision 2, revision 3. So you save those revisions, and that is great. Your Windows operating system does that with Word documents if you want it to. You can have it automatically recover a revision from 4 times ago and see what you typed before. That is the idea behind this, but it's not exactly how it works. TeamDesk has no way to know what you've been working on. So in reality, if we look at it, when we go into it, this is that field right here. Now, if I edit it, I can add another document to it by going choose file. So every time you go to revision, you just choose file and you add another file. So you can find something, and it could be anything. There, I'll put that image in there and save it. And it looks like I picked a pretty big image, but that's okay. Now I have the revisions. If I look here in the revisions, these aren't the same document at all. One's a JPEG. These are all differently named PDFs. They're not actually revisions of the same file unless I save the same file each time. Now what's going to happen with your database is if you put this in the system and allow revisions, what's going to happen is your users are going to put different types of files in here. Guaranteed. They're going to do it every single time, and you're going to have inside each of your file columns that you make, you're going to have a whole bunch of different files, and they may name them. They might just say this is the receipt, and then this one is the picture of my car, so they'll write picture of car and name it that way. And then you'll have stuff that means nothing to you because people will not follow the naming scheme, and this is going to cause you problems, big problems going further down the road, because what also happens is you only have this one file right here in the front, and programmatically, when we get to more complex things in the program, that's all you can really get to is that main file. One of the things is if you decide you need this data into another table because it really doesn't fit in this table, you need to spread it out someplace else, you can only spread out this first one. So all these other ones down here, these 3 ones, selection box went crazy on me. This one, and this one, they would get lost if you move the file. So using revisions ends up being not a good thing every time. Now, almost every time there is an exception. Okay, you can keep all revisions, or keep however many revisions you want, 10 revisions, let's say. Okay, now let me warn you, if you do keep 10 revisions and you did set it up so your people are saving the file, a whole bunch of different files into there, once they fill it up with 10, you're going to start losing files. Another reason why you want to be careful with this. But let's say you keep revisions, but you turn off allow see revision history. Okay, now you can make a column. I'm going to refresh this. That says whatever. It could be my car receipts, or so we'll change the thing to see receipts. Okay, invoices. I can spell invoices. Invoices for the car. So now, if this is supposed to be the vehicle invoice, not invoices, just the invoice, I spelled it wrong. See, I couldn't even spell it. Now you can't see the revisions, but they're still there. So if we start adding new stuff to it, I can add a file. Pick something, a little text document, there, save it. There it is. But what I've done is covered myself if my user or myself actually uploaded an attachment to this record and it was the wrong record, or I uploaded the wrong attachment and I'm like, uh-oh, I did the wrong thing. Can I get it back? Yeah, actually you could. What you have to do is go back into the record temporarily, allow see revisions temporarily, go back and refresh, and now I can see the revisions, and I could say that was the wrong thing, and I can delete it, and refresh, and there's back where I was. Then go back here, edit again, and turn off allow see revisions. So my recommendation to everybody when you're using this is to do it, keep all revisions, and have allow see revision history off. That gives you the best of both worlds. You have some backup. You can see if your people are putting the wrong information there and recover, but you're not using those revisions as a file repository, because for your database to work properly, you need each column to have specific information in it. This should be the car invoice. If you need multiple invoices, they should be a subtable, which of course we haven't gotten to yet. So this could be the car invoice, period. So there should only be one in there, like that. Now there's, of course, other things we can use the formula for. So I'm sticking Z's in front of here so we can find them easier. So maybe we want a car picture to go in our database. So I go down here and pick File Attachment, save it. In that case, I want to set this to whichever one, but allow see revision I'm going to leave off. And now I'm going to have image selected, not file. If I have file selected, things go different, and all I can give is the file, but I want to pick image. And right now, right here, this lets me show how it's going to display. Medium, medium. I'm going to pick this one as large, and this one leave it as medium. And I can even click no file name, so the file name doesn't show, or file name. And this opens the picture in a new window. And let's say I save it. Over here and do the refresh. I usually hit F5. Now I have a picture down here. choose a file. And you notice it lets you choose anything, but we want to choose a picture file. I'm looking for a picture file. There we go. What do we pick? I don't know. Something I took a picture of. Hey, it's the same one as that. But now when we save it, aha, it's Chewbacca on a box. That's art. Notice this is the same image, same file, but when in here it was a file box, here it's an image which shows in your form. And if I go back up here, it shows in the view. This is the view, and it's awful big here, so I'm going to go change it a little bit. What I want to do is I want no file name, and on the list I want that to go small, and I want it to be large in the form. So it's going to swap how it looks. Refresh the screen. Poof, there. It's smaller there. And when I look here, it's big, and there's no file name under it. This is a different field here. The file name would have been under it, but I hid the file name. So all I have is a picture. So the pictures are very nice. Let's go and change that. I don't want the picture there anymore. So I'm just going to delete it, because I'm going to show you the third thing to do with it. Yes, delete the column. It is very difficult to accidentally delete a column, which is good. Now we go in here and pick the file attachment again, and I will now want a C signature. This is really a nice feature. By picking the signature, I go here, and form size and list size come up the same. I want that to be small, that to be medium, and we're going to pick save and see what it does. Let's go back over here and go back. There we go. Signature. If we edit that, we have a new button that says sign off, which means the same as sign. And now this works excellent if you put it on a tablet for a tablet view. I use this to have people sign for equipment, and what they do is they click the sign off, and it opens up a window at which they can sign. I'm doing this with a mouse, but if you do this on a tablet or a phone, they can sign with their finger or a stylus. And then I click done, and it puts the person's signature in there. So this can be used for signing things, and I save it. Once I save it, there's their signature. So this is very useful to making signatures, and you can actually put this on a printable form, so when they print it, their signature is there. You can edit at any time, and if they want a new signature, you click withdraw signature, takes it off. Now you're back in here, and they can sign it again with a boat. There we go. Some waves. It's a great boat. So in effect, they're drawing on the screen. So you can use signatures for putting little drawings in there also if you wanted to. So there's more usages for the signatures than just signatures, but it's designed for people to put a signature in a document. So signing off makes sense because you're signing off on the record that you've completed it. So that's almost everything. Save that. One little thing I'll show you, I'm going to go back to this invoice one, is simply this display text. If you use it, it changes what's there to display whatever you want as a link. So click here to see the file. So once you do that, you would no longer See, it's the same file, except now it says the file name is no longer there. You click it and it opens the file in your browser. And there, I opened Chewbacca on a box. Everyone should have a Chewbacca sitting on a box. And one other little thing that I can't really show you, but we can talk about on any of these, is allow public access. If you were to mail this record to somebody and include the file attachment, when they click on it, it would request a login unless you click that. So typically to solve problems in emailing a record to somebody, which comes down in email notifications and stuff, advanced programming, but the allow public access is for that. You won't need it right now, but in the future you may. So that is everything about the file attachment. Just remember that these revisions are important. You should keep the allow C revision history as off unless you're trying to get some revisions, old revisions, because someone did something wrong. But normally you should only have one file that people can see in a record. One file, or make another file field, but one file per column per record makes your life easier.